Hello everyone. Welcome to another moment with Teach Frey. I am Denisha Fraser, Master Teacher of Business Education in Jamaica. Today is the day for my educators. I want to encourage you, my teachers, to remain current. In other words, do change with the changing times. Let's begin with a Teach Frey quote. The person who refuses to grow has chosen the path to irrelevance. The conversation is being had about the changing role of the teacher. While we secure our uniqueness and authenticity, we must be willing to change. The constancy of change calls for teachers who are both flexible and dynamic. It is said that the teacher must keep up to date with the changes in research, policy, curriculum, assessment modalities, and economic realities. All these affect the teaching and learning environment. If teachers refuse to remain current, then they may lose their competitive edge in an increasingly competitive field and worse, put their students at a disadvantage. A teacher friend of mine who was teaching in a foreign country at the start of the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic shared something very interesting with me. She shared that English was the second language of these learners she was teaching and that she was having a grave time in getting them to join the platform that the school had selected for distance learning. Remember, we were suddenly thrust into online school? For this reason, she shared that several of her students in her class were being left behind, not because they lacked the technology, but because they refused to use the method that the school had chosen. The game changer for her came when, after involving an interpreter didn't work, she shared her concerns with a student from that class. She said that this student suggested that she used a popular social media app that all the students were already using. From that platform, my teacher friend was able to reach all her students. What if she didn't decide to change? Personally, I've found from teaching 14 to 20-year-olds that it is easier to get through to them when you use examples that are both current and relevant to their age group. I therefore rely on them to keep me up to date with the current trends and happenings. Also, to stay current in a social way, I have casual conversations with my students all the time, as well as I listen to them and how they relate to each other. My spontaneous outburst of a current slang is always enough to keep the vibes alive in my class. Teachers must be able to flex, man. That aside, though, the teacher has several other areas to keep current. Here I have shared a few. The educator must keep abreast of the latest educational technology. Well, I have no need to belabor this point since I am recording in this 2020. So let's press right along. 2. The educator must read educational blogs, newsletters, access podcasts, follow webinars, and relevant social media pages. There are also helpful ebooks and audiobooks to aid in this regard. 3. Mentorship is the esteemed relationship which can help the educator to keep abreast of changes. Mentors provide the necessary information and assistance in honing the teaching skill. 4. Why not join professional organizations and get engaged in professional development activities which encourage excellent professional practice? 5. Each teacher must read educational literature, since you need to locate your practice within appropriate educational theories. 6. There is great credit in conferences, seminars, research, and projects. Short courses, yes, upgrade your qualifications or professional training where necessary. 7. Study and study some more. Besides doing short courses a few times per year, the educator should keep adding to his or her qualifications. When I started to accept that changes were emerging unhindered, I started to find new growth paths for myself and my learners. You too should should look into what you can do to change. Let go of the old methods which are failing to generate the much needed results. The need to change is as much for the new teacher as it is for the veteran teacher. There is a need, as time progresses, for the educator to change the way they deliver content year after year. The context of education keeps changing, and so must the classroom. It is expected that the educator will keep both pedagogical skills and communication skills current and effective. We are acquainted with the adage which speaks to the silliness of doing the same things while expecting different results. This cannot be descriptive of our practice in the 21st century. Change will include learning and stretching beyond our previous boundaries. We can either move with the ever-changing times and be enriched, or suffer the fate of becoming irrelevant. Be open to trying new strategies and methodologies, and you will become a better quality teacher. Change with the changing times, my teachers, and remain relevant. This is Teach Free. Until next time, walk good.